Yo, so nowadays there's so much hate on the internet, and I see so many people who hold grudges against people. Like with this whole Epstein case, I'm seeing so many people who are going against Trump voters, and they're going like, "You voted for this," which I can understand where they're coming from, because I mean, you kind of have to be a little blind to think that Trump has your best interest. But like, damn, bruh, like people make mistakes. The Trump supporters got gaslit, and that's okay. Like everyone has one point in their life where they get gaslit, right? Okay. But I mean, seriously, how could you hate somebody for changing their mind and trying to strive for the truth? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Can people, like, not change their mind? Well, I'm here to let you know that it's totally okay to change your mind. And look, our minds are constantly changing throughout our lives. There's nothing we can do about that. That's just nature. And that's not the only, like, grudge type of example I've seen. Like, recently I've seen women mocking men for having newfound empathy, which I mean, hey, I get it. Men don't necessarily have the best track record in human history. But like, damn, bro, isn't that what you wanted? Didn't you want men to find empathy and gain empathy? And then as soon as they get empathy, you can't empathize with that? What? Like, do people not want things to get better? I mean, it's just like crazy to me. We got to be more open to change. And if we actually want things to get better, we have to be willing to forgive. See, forgiveness is key for growth and transformation. Forgiveness is being able to acknowledge and accept what happened and then letting go of all the negative emotions that come with that, which can be like anger or resentment. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you approve of it, but you accept anyways and you let go. But if people don't forgive and just hold on to their negative emotions, that only does harm to others and themselves as well. Situations cannot possibly get better if we cannot forgive and let go. And especially when it comes to people you deem as your enemy. Those are the people that we have to try to be the most forgiving towards. Like if you still resent Trump voters, even though they changed their mind based off the Epstein case, and you're just going, "Hey, you still voted for him. That's what you get." Or if you can't empathize with men gaining empathy and still hold resentment towards them, wow, men finally have empathy. Well, if that's the case, we gotta try our best to practice forgiveness. Not only is that negative vibes, you're bringing down the vibes, bro. Not only are you discouraging people from growing and becoming better humans, but you're also ruining your own internal peace. Plus, mistakes are inevitable. So if we possibly want any chance of growing, we need to be able to forgive those inevitable mistakes on our journey. Actually, I think we should be unconditionally forgiving. Ah, see what I did there with the title? And something in my eye. Now, is that even possible? Yes, I believe it is, but it's hard. It's not going to be easy. Usually, our initial reactions when somebody makes a mistake is something like smashing their head through a window and then getting a gun and proceed. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, we need to be able to let go of this immediate resentment and anger in the moment. We have to understand that they're human like us. They have their own stories, they have their own problems. They make mistakes all the time. And I think gaining perspective and understanding makes it easier to let go of those negative emotions in the moment. Now, I say unconditional because if forgiveness was conditional, we would find every reason to stay angry and bitter at that person. Not only that, but I think a more important point as to why it should be unconditional is for the forgiver themselves. This is so that they can maintain inner peace. Like everyone nowadays has so much emotional baggage. Everyone's angry at either the opposite sex or the opposite political party or you name it. And instead of just letting it go and remaining at peace, they just keep carrying it around and acting like they have a stick up their booty hole. Like they'll be an asshole to like a random stranger just because they're projecting their anger from a completely separate situation that is making them angry. So to somebody like that, unconditional forgiveness would give them internal peace. And that way people can be more loving and kind. Also, there are these two quotes about unconditional forgiveness from Martin Luther King and Bruce Lee, which I really like. To start off with the Bruce Lee one, it goes, "Mistakes are always forgivable if one has the courage to admit them." Peep how Bruce Lee says always. And then the Martin Luther King one goes, "Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a constant attitude." Now, I really like that one because it shows that forgiveness should not be conditional, but rather it should be unconditional. It should not just be like a one time thing, it should be like an attitude that you have. And of course, that's Martin Luther King, the motherfucking go. Also, forgiving and letting go is an act of love. And although it's hard, it can be very beautiful and actually liberating. It can feel like so much weight off your shoulders and like so many possibilities are available to you. Like a very expansive feeling, I don't know. It feels great, and even though it can be extremely hard to forgive, it's definitely worth it. Although honestly, I can't blame people for holding anger and resentment because many times it was never their fault and they were never taught how to forgive. Like if your parents didn't teach you that, where are you going to learn that? I think there's a lot of absent parents and a lot of poor parenting happening nowadays. So it makes it even harder to teach the kids forgiveness. Are schools going to teach you that? Nope. They don't teach you a damn thing about forgiveness. Shit. I guess they try not to teach you anything practical. They'll just spoon feed you random information that you're probably not going to use in your life. But forgiveness, something that's actually practical and you're actually going to use in your life? Nah, screw the kids, man. We're not going to teach that. Religion as an outlet to learn forgiveness? I think organized religion, discourages a lot of people from doing that. And I mean, it really discourages people. And I mean, sure, you have the internet, but I feel like we're more influenced by the people around us and by the systems we live in. And right now, there's nothing in the system to help people develop emotionally and gain understanding about themselves and the workings of their mind. I think it has been extremely neglected and lacks the proper attention that it actually needs. And I feel like it's definitely a part of the reason why there's so much hate in the world because people aren't taught how to regulate their emotions. So, yeah, I mean, I can't blame people, but wow, is it just insane to see so much resentment and hate in the world. So, let's all try to practice having an attitude of forgiveness. Let us be more forgiving to not only those that are close to us, but strangers as well. Everyone has their own story and their own issues, so we don't know what that person has gone through or what is currently going through. Remembering this is key to having an attitude of forgiveness because you realize that they suffer and are human just like you. And you never know, giving someone that space, compassion, and love may just save someone's life, even if we're unaware that we saved a life, and many times we are. Ultimately, I believe everyone is trying to the best of their capacity, and so we should try to keep this forgiving attitude for all. And accepting and letting go, aka forgiveness, is a part of the healing process and can relieve lots of emotional baggage and trauma, leading to a deep sense of liberation. And that way we can live with more love and peace in the world. Anyways, that's it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I love you all. Peace.